Hi, welcome to my channel. This channel is about astronomy, against the current view of astronomy. So I want to tell you in this video that the time dilation are false. So if you know, I cut from some video from internet, like this is again Neil deGrasse Tyson. He says that the time dilation is proved from GPS with global positional systems, and there's actually time slows down or hurry up. Like you listen this, so this is the proof, and I'm telling you that Einstein is false physics, all of it, and special relativity, and I've already read the entire length of the book. You can find it in my channel, and the general one is stupid science. This is my microwave, but afterwards that's why I'm crammed up here. But first you watch Neil deGrasse Tyson and you hear this. You must hear this. He says that this is the proof. The proof is of a time dilation on orbit, global positional systems. So this seems to be important because everybody has a car. So this is no doubt the proof that Einstein is right. So listen the first part, what it says. This is what I cut for you from a YouTube channel, and I comment. I do like this, and I prove to you that much of the actual day science is wrong. So listen, Neil deGrasse Tyson, time dilation.
While we're there, let me just slip this in. The GPS satellites orbit higher than like the space station and other things that are in what we call low Earth orbit. They're in like MEO, the middle Earth orbit. There's LEO, MEO, and GEO. Okay. Right. If you have kids, maybe you name them that.
Yes. LEO, MEO, and GEO.
Low Earth orbit, middle Earth orbit, and geosynchronous geo orbit. Okay, right. So the geosynchronous satellites are like middle orbit. That is far enough away from Earth's source of gravity for them to have a measurably different space-time condition.
Oh.
So that their clocks tick faster than our clocks on Earth's surface, because they're farther away. And so remember I said the more intense the gravitational field is, the slower time ticks. So they're farther away. Their time ticks faster relative to us.
Wow.
But we get precise timings from geosynchronous satellites. So how does this work? We pre-correct the time signal from the GPS satellites to compensate for Einstein's general theory of relativity, so that by the time the time reaches us, it's been properly corrected and it matters to us and our space-time continuum, not the one that's in middle Earth orbit.
Oh my goodness.
So after you watch that, you understand this is the proof, but the proof is wrong, because the speed of light, it is only what you need to make from a velocity to a subtract, from c squared to subtract. So when you reach the orbit, you have c 3000 kilometers per second, and you make from some geometry, and you subtract from the speed of light, v. And this is what Einstein does in his book. The only correct equation that he has, Einstein, in that book, is that when you move like a body, I already showed you the book in the entire length of the book. A rod he takes like this, and he puts the equation from a beam of light coming from this direction and from this direction to hit an object. Okay, so if you want to understand, short is the equation for the radar equation. It is much more than this. You put in Einstein back everything, but in 1905 they did not have good television, radios, things like this. They only barely knew the photography. Okay, so Roentgen made the X-ray picture, and they knew that travels a wave through space, and Einstein tried to put the Maxwell equation wireless. So I'm cramped up here, but I wanted to see my microwave. It's nice Samsung microwave, but because bending of time dilation, I will talk. So they knew that a wave travels through space, the radio appears, Huygens made these X-rays, and he took this in special relativity. Neil deGrasse Tyson says it was the first name, the movement of electricity through space. Like, listen.
The title of the research paper was On the Electrodynamics of Moving Bodies.
What?
Okay, that was the title. We would later call it the special theory of relativity because it was a special case of what would later then be called the general theory of relativity.
So, but I already showed to you the entire book. I showed to you. Einstein is crazy. You do not believe me, okay? But I'm telling you, like a cult. He says like a cult in the cult, like a religious cult. These guys are like a cult, and they are tricking you, and you will not realize anything in your life, and they speak with the guts, but they do not have science and equation. You do not understand. They took this like cult. Einstein is false science, like a cult, like a religion. You see, you have a moving car like the rod from Einstein book, and you hit it with a beam of light, and the light comes back. This is the Einstein equation. And you must subtract, and they said, I used to talk like this, but they tricked me too in the whole time, that you could not compound anymore the speed of light and things like this. But Einstein subtracts and adds to the speed of light in his book. Like you hit this in a moving velocity, a body with a beam of light, it comes back, and you have an equation of radar equation, and you hit it again, and it comes back. So, or you hit it from this part and this part. This is the Einstein equation. So you subtract from c squared. You suppose that this is how do you watch like a picture. So, but then it's like the equation of how do you take a picture. It's stupid physics. I already showed you the book, okay? You can search it.
So GPS couldn't work as accurately as it does.
However, wait a minute.
What?
I'm sorry, just for me. You would have to have a standard in order to pre-correct something.
You know the rate at which its time is speeding up because you can calculate what the gravitational field is up there.
There you go. Okay.
And once you calculate that, then you do and you say, oh my gosh, the formula works. Einstein was right.
Right.
All right. This is not just something on a high theory,
By the way,
hypothesized that may or may not be true. It is true.
I just want to be there when that phrase is uttered. Oh my God, Einstein was right.
Yeah, these aren't just cult heroes that we wish they were right. These are real. This is real. Okay, this is the real universe we're talking about here.
So, but this is the equation. It's a radar equation. But you must have one. You have the c square. You must know it, the velocity, and you make a delta, like it hits with a beam, comes back, the object moves. This is from the Einstein book, and and it hits and goes back. And this is to subtract and add to the speed of light. And then he tried to make from this, supposing that Maxwell equation through a wire are right equation, but they are not. Electricity that flows through a wire makes a magnetic field like this and a quantity from a frequency. He supposed that they are right, and he only put them wireless. You do not believe this was the special relativity that I presented in 5 pages. So the main argument, so the main proof that an orbit, like to trick you, have a car, so you hear that lady, only a lady, okay? Ladies all over the place, like on airports. I don't know why, because stressing sometimes. They're not speak even Very well. Okay, but you heard this already. After 200 meters, turn right, left. So that's why you believe this like a global positional system. But you have to have a global positional system. You must have a circular spherical mathematics like this. And it was known before Einstein, and you put the speed of light, but because you hit the place, you triangulate with a beam from. So that's why there's some pre-calculated. We pre-calculated, like with the entire nerve to entail something that is not true and right.
So how does this work? We pre-correct the time signal from the GPS satellites to compensate for Einstein's general theory of relativity so that by the time the time reaches us, well, it's been properly corrected and it matters to us and our space-time continuum, not the one that's in Middle Earth orbit.
Oh my goodness.
You do not believe that these guys do not know science, okay? But can you bend time? Look, that's why I brought this, okay? Look. This has like watts, 100, 200, 300, 450 watts. You see, you put how do you want and time and a time one like this. I put one. There's nothing inside, but you hear the microwave. Okay, it will stop at 1 minute. So where is the relativity of time? 1 minute. Some watts. So, but if you speed up the watts. What do you do? What do you do? But you speed the time. What do? You make from a minute, half a minute? What do you do from this? You do not believe that this is false science. Look, it will stop 1 minute. I put it 1 minute, okay? You do not know that if you put here like 1 minute and a half, you make a soluble coffee. They put already. They put a picture with a coffee here. The time is relative in a philosophical manner. Einstein was not a philosopher to speak what is the emotional time in the hearts of the man, only the mind. Like Leibniz did this. Or it is intrinsic in the object or outside the object. Leibniz did this. From Leibniz came, it was a philosopher, this term, relativity of time. But this is a long minute, maybe, no, now. You see 1 minute. You see? So how you bend time? How do you bend time? With gravity? So if I put this, you do not have these two buttons, 450 watts and this. What do you speed? But you do not understand that like this. I already put sugar here, but I brought here this sugar stuff. But let me put I already put it. Will make it more sweet, okay? So I put some sugar here. You understand that the time is inside the object, inside the sugar, and is the metric of dissolving, like per volume. How you can speed this? It is relative to the pressure and temperature. If you go outside of the or you start from 20 degrees Celsius of the water, this sugar will melt faster or no faster, or under some pressure. You double the pressure in the chamber, you put double air in the pressure, you change the condition. So you have a delta time, like this is a variable time from some condition, but you do not allow to destroy the sugar grain time. You are not allowed to do this. What you do when you bend time? What do you do? This has a time in it, the sugar crystal and the salt, and you understand this like children. If you bake a cake, the recipe tells you what's the time to bake a cake, even 1 hour and a half. If not, you will burn the cake. So the time is programmed, it is in the object, and there's some relativity due to the pressure and condition and some factor of error. This is the maximum relativity. Relativity is a philosophical concept. But Einstein did not treat this, and the special relativity or the movement through air of the waves were not made by Einstein. So to say that the waves that travel to the speed of light, this is microwave, travels in here with the speed of light, the equation are due to Einstein. Einstein took the Maxwell equation and put them wireless. And he only did this equation that with simple mathematics you can do it. You have a velocity, any velocity, classical velocity, and the speed of light. You take it constant. He do not say in the book. He's afraid. He says C, constant. Did not say that it is 300 kilometers per second. So he moves, you hit it with the beam, because the radio beam or something like this, a moving object, solid, you hit it with the beam, comes back, you make a delta T. But you need an equation to make this. And this is in the beginning of the book. And this is what it made. And then he wanted to go from the war to take his family, and you believe him or this. You can cut him some slack.
Yeah, these aren't just cult heroes that we wish they were right.
Right.
These are real. This is real. Okay, this is the real universe we're talking about here.
But you create it exactly like an idol, like a cult. Einstein did everything. But I'm telling you, you cannot bend the damn time. You cannot bend it. You destroy the sugar, you understand? It is not like you destroy this grain of sugar has time in it. You destroy, if you destroy the time, you destroy the object, physical object. Light being a rock, or being a metal, or being something you see has a quantity of time. The quantity of time is in this object. If you melt it, you know how much temperature you can put in it to melt it. So the times to go from the room temperature 20 degrees to melt it at a fire time, you can know how much gas you use to melt this spoon. So the time is absolute. So now you go in your crazy stupid black holes and bending of gravity. You do not know what gravity is. Gravity is a circular vector that in a circle like this. You do not know even this. A quantity of vector that moves in a circle. You do not know. This is simple. You find this at the first tower of physics. So it is a quantity of time in this spoon. If you have a double spoon, you have a double, maybe the equation is not like a multiply by 2. And you put some gas, you melt it. This is the time of melting of the spoon. And if you go in the black hole, what do you are saying? That it take you 2 times as long, or 2 times many gas, much more gas, or what? When you bend time, what do you do? What do you do? You watch that movie that guys move like this. So what do you do? What do you do? You make what do you do? What do you do? When you drink your coffee, you drink it 2 times as hard or 1 times hard? Fast, I mean. So this is, you see, I put it for you another minute. A minute. But you are crazy. I put it 2 times. So if you are crazy, maybe some inherent from the pieces is not like a minute from a clock minute. Because you have some currents there and it's some relativity. If you clock this clock with another clock, maybe some differences, okay? With your phone watch or something. But the time is absolute. And when you bend time, what you do? What do you do when you bend time? What do you do? So you go faster. when Michael Tyson beats a guy, beats him 2 times faster, or when Michael Johnson run 100 meters in 10 seconds. So if you speed out time, it makes 5 seconds. And his heart beats 2 times, and his cellular structures beat 2 times, and the electrical connection in the cellular structure are 2 times faster. You see 1 minute. So you are stupid. So, but if you make this 2 times faster, you have 2 times the energy. So you, by multiplying the time of the Michael Johnson, you multiply the energy in the system.
Yeah, these aren't just cult heroes that we wish they were right.
Right.
These are real. This is real. Okay, this is the real universe we're talking about here.
So if you speed up for 2 times to make 5 seconds in 100 meter Michael Johnson, you add energy in his system. How do you do this? How do you do this? Only you make fast the time parameter. So what do? You destroy his organism. You destroy his art, his cellular structure. You destroy the sugar granule. You do not understand. If you put 2 times the time inside the photon, he says even in this video that the photon does not have time in it. How come does not have time? So if you have, maybe he does not, like what science. So if you have these granules of sugar, they have time in them, and you can know the time of dilution. So what is time dilation, my friend? Stupid story invented. But I'm telling you why. I'm telling you why. You do not believe me, but I'm telling you why. So the light bends into a surface. And if you curve a surface, the light simply bends and through a curved surface like this, okay? You bend the surface and the light walks through a bendy surface, like in a lake, in water, and stuff like this. And this demonic science, exactly like he says, that like it's a cult, like it's idols and cult, was invented because they already saw from Earth with telescopes bending of light, like this, in Hubble pictures. From Earth, you can see this, like creaky stuff of light. And to put some idol in front of you, Einstein, like a Jew, nobody has a gut to take on him. But Einstein, even the special and the general relativity is false science. False science. The only coherent thing at Einstein is like a beam of light hits a velocity moving body with a c square and subtract from the speed. You understand? And he subtracts. They say that you do not add any vectors anymore. So I'm telling you why. Because our galaxy is a sphere, like this. And in a Hubble picture, the light bends through a surface. And you can see hundreds of pictures of bending lights. And what it proves that there's a surface there. Light bends through a surface like it is spoon. And you watch that Matrix stuff? Bend the spoon. If you believe you can bend the spoon, if you believe in Einstein, you can bend time. You are crazy, my friends, and you are took prisons by, like, you watch that movie Goa'uld with Goa'uld SG1 movie. In this manner, you will be take prisoners on Mars planet, Jupiter, on Venus planet, by these guys that they're like Goa'ulds, and they will lie to you and you believe them. But they will flunk you to the schools, and this is to trick you, to make you to think that you are crazy and you do not understand, and you have a simple mind. And I'm telling you, you cannot bend time. If I bend the spoon, I break it. I bend the material. But to bend time is to destroy the material, the law. You cannot fast time, you cannot make it to go, you understand? So that orbit stuff with GPS, it's only like, it is if you pre-correct it, because you know the speed of light and the trip way back. Because it will take you 1 second, the moon, it's beyond 1 second, 300 and something kilometers, the moon, okay? So...
Yeah, these aren't just cult heroes that we wish they were right. These are real. This is real. Okay, this is the real universe we're talking about here.
So space does not bends, and time is not correlated to the space. This is the second mistake that Einstein makes. So I've showed to you even the book. But if you do not believe me, I'm telling you, our galaxy is a sphere, a small sphere, and there are hundreds of pictures that bend light. So it proves to it as a surface. And they said that the mass does not affect gravity. So they say that the mass. So if you understand, they are tricking you with this, and he says like a cult, but they are like a cult, but they do not have any question. You believe me or not? I will put this again for you 3 times. You see, what's 100, 200, 3, and you put this, you know that it will boil. So a volume, a bigger volume, much time, and you know. So where is the time dilation, my friends? Are you this crazy? Do you have, everybody has a microwave? That's why I brought it to you. This, you can contemplate this bullshit dilation of time watching your microwave every day, and you can arrange and rearrange your minds. How do you bend time 1 minute? Because you must bend the mechanism that produce this, make 1 minute. 1 minute of microwaves as a quantity per volume. You cannot bend this at some frequency. You cannot multiply it. You cannot. This crazy stuff you do not understand. 1 minute. The time is not relative in the manner that physicists says. The time is relative in your hearts, in your mind. You observe some phenomenon like this, and it is really relative. It is intrinsic and extrinsic. This is the original terms that Leibniz used when he invented this relativity of time. It is inherent in the object, intrinsic, even in this piece of grain sugar. Or it is an external property. And you do not believe me, but I want to tell you that we can go to the stars. Now is the time to colonize the planet. And these guys will take you prisoners, like that movie with Goa'uld stuff, okay? If you are listening to them.
Yeah, these aren't just cult heroes that we wish they were right. These are real. This is real. Okay, this is the real universe we're talking about here.
And they do not have any proof, no matter how it seems to you. And I presented you the entire length of the book of Einstein. We can find it in my channel. So this is the way I make my videos. I am crunched up like in this video here, crowded by this, but I wanted to show to you. I'm saying like a tea science, coffee science. This is like in Romania we say un pahar de vorbă, like a glass of speech or speaking, or glass of talking. Okay, that's why it's my channel like this. So I'm saying like a tea science, coffee science. I always have something to drink, and this is the way I make my videos. And I want to tell you that they falsified our galaxy is a sphere surrounded by clouds, hydrogen, oxygen, and fumes, resulting in burning matter. And Isaiah the prophet says like there are fumes there, and the Psalm 135 says that it is water above the stars. And the Psalm 17, David said that the black clouds of water in the sky. 17, 18, because it is in Orthodox Bible is different, by Catholic one or King James version. So there's water at the stars, and the stars are putting clouds of hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon fume gases, and it's a thick membrane that is around our spherical galaxy, and we do not see the universe. That's why the Bible says the sky and the earth. And we can go to the stars, and they are tricking to you with this universe term, and when we're multiplying the pictures of web pictures, these things will be slowly find out. But I want to tell you that this science was invented to keep young children be stupid and crazy. The Schrödinger double particle wave equation and stupid things like this, all of these are stupid. Neutrinos and all these things are crazy science. These guys are crazy. and you must subtract your mind from that if you want to make something real in your life, because these guys are lying to you, and they make your mind to, like, how do you add your complex, like, to believe that you do not understand Einstein equation. You cannot understand if they are crazy. You cannot understand some mathematics that's imbecile mathematics. You cannot understand. So you cannot understand. He simply took the Maxwell equation he believed to, like, through beliefs. Like, more stupid and final when you pray. He believed that Maxwell is right, and he took the equation, he put them wireless. Einstein. This is the special relativity, and it is crazy stupid. And he did not do what even electron is. Einstein. You do not believe Einstein was stupid, okay?
Yeah, these aren't just cult heroes that we wish they were right. These are real. This is real. Okay, this is the real universe we're talking about here.
But then he used this exactly like in a cult manner. He put them like an idol, like a god, modern god of stupidity, bends space and time and gravity, bends space and stupid things like this. Gravity is a rotational vector, and if you do not know this, you are stupid, you do not know physics. So I'm telling you, our galaxy is a sphere, and you can go to the stars. After Pluto, the stars begin, and there's small billions of stars that's in the clouds and extract energy like a thunder cloud, produce lightning. The stars are pieces, extract light from there. Okay, like this, exactly that's why it's microwaves. Like this, if you put a light bulb in here, the light bulb is being ignited. So our Borovor galaxy, that's why there is a relation between water and microwaves. Okay, that's why our microwave background radiation. From a pole to a pole, there's a circuit through thick clouds from Pluto, thick clouds, like in night sky, thick clouds full of pieces like this, full. Those are the some sort of stars like this, small. An alloy piece is electroshock like in this microwave, and there are clouds full of pieces. This is what the galaxies are, and we cannot see the universe. And you will be shocked how they lied, and they took this like a cult in a cold manner, a religious manner, and you do not understand. They are tricking the children, and they pass who they want. And I'm telling you this, you can watch the entire book, and I will show to you the general one. It's stupid and crazy. Einstein. It was a Jew, and you do not have 1 minute. You do not have the guts to take on it. Ban this, my friend. Ban this. Ban this minute at the black holes. You stupid, crazy dudes. So I've told you.
Yeah, these aren't just cult heroes that we wish they were right. These are real. This is real. Okay, this is the real universe we're talking about here.
But I'm telling you the right stuff, okay, incorrect stuff and incorrect stuff. The time is relative in another way, okay. The measurement is absolute, and the time it is in an object. There's no relativity due to pressure and conditions like this. I'm saying like tea science, coffee science. I have always here a coffee. Goodbye, God bless. We can go to the stars. From Pluto, the stars begin. Thick clouds, and they block the universe. The universe is beyond this bendy stuff. Beyond that. If you reach that bendy stuff that's in Webb pictures and Hubble pictures, hundreds of pictures like this, if you go through these clouds, you reach what you are calling in current day the universe. So this is against the Big Bang. Goodbye, God bless. Time is not relative how you are believing. Goodbye.